We are live. Grab your wife, grab your children. Run for the hills. Dan and Minnie's journey on the way. Live from the Hoog Cebu, just a short few steps away from IT Park. 15-minute walk to Ayala Central Mall. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Hump Day. Arar's in the house. Anna Mae Reyes, Larice, Mike, married to a beautiful woman, is here making fun of me. Menge is here. Crystal's Adventures, welcome, welcome, welcome. Crystals, I knew that video was going to go viral. I knew you were going to get at least 2K out of it, but 5K out of Chicken Eats Burger, I knew it when I saw it. That's fantastic. Trending is my middle name. Okay, gang, I got a cold today, and today's topic is a little bit heavy duty, so you can decide if you want to keep going and talking about crazy stuff on Hump Day. For crying out loud, it is the middle of the week. Why is Dan getting so heavy? It's the middle of the week. We're trying to go down the other side. There's Dan. No. Sir Dan, the chicken loves burgers. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's right. It's not Hump Day if you're in Canada, U.S., and other parts of the world where it is still Tuesday night. Yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me about that, Mike. What are you looking at, you say? What are you looking at? Well, that happens to be what's out our window on the 7th floor of La Hoog, the apartment here in La Hoog, Cebu. That's what you're looking at. I figured that was much better to look at than me today, because I'm probably going to be grabbing the tissue, blowing my nose. I've got the magical potion that Ma'am Minnie cooked up for me. She's got, let's see, what do I have in here? Instead of coffee this morning, I got, I know. I'll be getting my coffee later. I got homemade ginger and lemon tea, steeped for the last couple of hours for potency. So that's where we're at. I got tea, lemon, honey, real lemon, real ginger, and she threw in a bag of green tea. She said that'll give you some antioxidants to fix you up. So I need to be fixed up, I tell you. Mike wants to know, am I wearing my hat? Yeah, I'm wearing my hat. I got the glasses and the hat on, but I figured I'd have to pause the cam every time I grabbed the tissue and I had to blow my nose or something. That would be annoying. So instead, you gotta look out here to see what's happening in La Hoog down below us. And also, if you look across the way, you could see the beautiful city of Cebu. Look at that skyline. I think that's a bigger skyline than where I'm from, Sacramento, California. It might even be a bigger skyline than Los Angeles. What's it like to you? What's it like, Ottawa Mike? Did you see how I got that to rhyme? What's it like, Ottawa Mike? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so Menge's here. That's good. What would it be? What would a live be without Menge? We got 4 million people in the house. I've been getting some interesting emails lately. Some things I can talk about, some I can't. But I got an email that said, "Hey Dan, why aren't you talking about the submissiveness of Filipino women and the men that control them?" Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No one controls Mamini. I will tell you the God's honest truth. Every attempt has been made. All failed attempts. So I wrote the person back. I said, you're probably right about that. I should give the other side of the story since all this controversy is going on, talking about why foreign men come over here seeking Filipinas. Every channel that I look at is doing something about that. They're doing they're broaching the subject some kind of way, either by talking to men, talking to women, talking to themselves. What happened? Your voice sounds different. Yeah, I'm sick. You missed the part where I said that I was suffering from a cold that was, I thought, your run-of-the-mill 3-day minor cold that turned out to be something quite different. However, no respiratory problems. So it could, I've been holed up in the apartment it's coming up on 2 days. I don't want to get anybody sick. I want to stay away from the general population. In fact, I'm so afraid that I might pass something along to you that I decide that I won't even show my picture on cam today. That would be too risky. That would be way too risky. So yes, I've got a severe cold. It's not, I don't think it's the one that everybody's talked about, where they get an accompanying fever, cough, stuffy nose. And that reminds me. Let's see. No one controls a Filipina. They will take care of you and love you, but they are not controlled. Yeah, that's what I've learned. That's what I've come to learn over the years, Mike. 19 years to be exact. Yeah, so anyway, the cold, it's turning into a nightmare. I'll tell you why. Because I think that all I need are some simple decongestants. I think that all I need is, cold medicine, cough and cold medicine. I'm going to be fine. The problem is you can't find it here. The problem is it's not over the counter on the shelf like it is in the States. I don't know what it's like in Canada. But here you can go into any Walmart, drugstore, any place you want. And you're going to be able to just pick the drugs right off the shelf.
What's going on? Hello, is everybody else there? What happened?
Something happened. I don't know what it was.
I was going to say, all of a sudden, all I saw was myself, and it's like, that was freaky.
Well, yeah. If you just saw yourself, that would freak you out, wouldn't it, Larry?
Yeah, because I was expecting to see you, and all I got is a great big old ugly mug of mine.
Yeah. Well, if something happens, you take over the stream.
Well, I'll keep talking if something happens, but hopefully nothing happens.
All right, so I got lemon, I got ginger tea, I got the real stuff, the real lemon, the real. You know how Filipinos are; they'll brew it up.
Yeah,
but I can't find the stuff that you'd be able to find in the States, like Contact, any kind of cold medicine is. You can't find it here. You can't go into a drugstore and just pull something off the shelf. Cough medicine, cold medicine cannot be
get NyQuil.
They don't have here.
I doubt if they'd have that.
Yeah. So when I say, hey, do you have any nighttime cold and cough medicine, they just look at me like a bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. I show them a picture of it, and they say, we've never seen that before. What is that? Is that some kind of magic potion? So I mean, I don't know what to do. So today, see, I'm afraid to go out because whatever I got, I certainly don't want to spread it around.
Understand that.
Larice is here. Hi, Larice. I don't want to spread it around, and so Minnie is not sick so far, but she's exposed and probably contaminated. So I don't know what to do. So we've been to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different pharmacies and cannot find cold medicine here. They have these little pills, right, that aren't worth a damn. You know, they say take one every couple of hours, and they're only 325 milligrams. Man, I need a 500 milligram horse pill just to get me awake in the morning. Come on, folks.
Take a couple instead of one. If you
Well,
can.
I will. They're very expensive. Oh, that's the other thing. I know it's kind of weird hearing me talk about how expensive those particular pills are, but those pills are 725 pesos for 10. That's almost $20. That is a lot of money. That's
Almost
$15.
$1.50 a pill.
It's very expensive. So here, it's so weird because some things you can get over the counter that you wouldn't expect that they would be selling over the counter, and so other things, I don't have an example off the top of my head, but I have bought things that have been on the shelf that I've absolutely been shocked are there because they're so dangerous unless you know how to use them properly. And then you get something as simple as a cold pill, and you can't, and they want to charge you 3 times its value for the pills. No discount, no senior discount. Mike is saying that he's living the dream, a fabulous life with this beautiful wife.
Yeah, he also says
Yeah.
I'll bring a good supply of medicine when I send boxes.
Well, when we head back to America, California for a really quick trip, we'll go grab an LBC box, fill it up with all kinds of stuff, and make sure 2 things on the top of my list. Hershey's Kisses is number 1.
Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
to keep Larice happy.
Yeah, you have to keep
Hey
Tox happy.
ABCM, how you doing?
So ABCM is in the house. Thank you so much, ABCM. Thank you everybody for being here. 8 million people. Thanks for sharing it out. I really love and appreciate your support. The channel numbers are fantastic, but you notice that Larry, I got a big goose egg of 50 count on my last 2 videos. The short was the gal trapped inside the crystal. She's trapped in there and can't get out. Minnie told me right away, don't post that. It's very boring. I said, the music, it's Lady Gaga. It's Lady Gaga singing Plastic Doll. How can you not like Lady Gaga singing Plastic Doll? But Minnie was right. It went nowhere. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this before, Larry. A view is a view is a view.
That's a fact.
And they all add up. And she was saying to me, hey, you need to take that down. It's embarrassing. Take it down. I remember the days I wasn't even getting 6 views on my channel in a given day. That's 50 views. 50 views they count for the weekly total. So I've surpassed the goal. By the way, I'd set a goal. The goal was to achieve 1,500 views per week. And you can imagine by looking at my channel, I done passed that a long time ago. So now I have to set a more realistic goal for myself. The whole thing is that I need to hit 10,000 views per week, no matter how I do it. That's live stream, that's video, that's shorts. It doesn't matter. Just so long as 10,000 people show up and view my channel every week, I will
Hey,
be
Jack.
happy. Hi, Jack.
And,
Hello.
and we got, like I said, in case you didn't catch me, Jerry's here. Eileen Cruz is here. Tim's coming to into the party. So, like I said,
So
we
anyway,
might
I
get.
don't think I have the Rona. I don't think I have the Rona, but I could. I could have it. I mean, maybe it takes on all kind of different forms. This is just a horrible cold. It's a cold. I don't know what to make of it. But colds, generally speaking, they last a couple of weeks. There is no accompanying fever with this. There are no respiratory issues. But here's the thing, I know I mentioned on this channel that when I first started having the sniffles and I started feeling the little thing in my throat, the swollen lymph nodes, I ran down to the pet supply store and I picked up doggy doxycycline just in case it developed into respiratory issues or strep. I have experience with this drug. I know it can knock it out. Now, trying to find Doxy in the pharmacy, I tried to go, oh, you need to go see the doctor, sir. You got to go get a prescription. I remember coming here years ago when you could buy whatever the hell you want as long as you had money in your wallet. What has happened, Jack? What has happened to the way things used to work here?
Usually, you can just go walk into the pharmacy and buy pretty much whatever you want, prescription or not. But I don't know what's happening.
In Thailand, for example, you can still do it. In Thailand, the pharmacist can make the decision. What symptoms are you suffering from? You go and explain. And then you could have a decent conversation with the pharmacist. Do you think Doxy would be better than another antibiotic? No, I think that Doxy is an okay choice, but this probably is a better one. They're coming out with new drugs every day. And so you can actually communicate with the pharmacist and then walk away with the drugs that you need as long as you have money in your pocket. That's one of the benefits of living in Thailand. They don't hate, they celebrate. Well, so does the Philippines, but I think that the Western influence has gotten to them and they're just starting to regulate everything.
Okay,
Somebody's
so
looking over, the US saying, oh man, everything's working out over there. Let's just do whatever they're doing. They start regulating the hell out of everything. It makes it difficult and more expensive to get health care. It's even difficult. It's more difficult. It's so difficult. But if you knew what you needed and you had a pharmacist that concurred with your self-diagnosis or self-evaluation, then you just go for it. That's the way that that's what I believe.
Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna simulcast you.
So anyway, I got until I could source the proper drugs. Maybe you have allergies. No, I don't. This ain't acting like an allergy at all. But flu season, cold and flu season for the Philippines is June through October, and so it's rainy season is when the flu bug and the other things start to hit. So I just figured that I've been around a lot of people. We've been on a plane. We've been on a train. We've been on an automobile. We've been on a Jeep. We've been on a hobble hobble. We've been on a taxi. We've been everywhere. We've been everywhere around a whole bunch of people coughing and sneezing and doing all kinds of nasty crap right in front of me, practically wiping their hands on my jeans. Come on, people. Come on,
That's
people.
why. That's why usually I stay my butt home.
get a private ride.
There is nothing like staying home, I'm telling you, because I get to catch up to see what's going on all my
Hello,
friends'
Mr.
YouTube.
Jenkins.
Keith Jenkins is in the house. King salute. Who emailed me this past couple days? Oh, Pumpkin Joe did. Mike at Buena Vista Dreamin' is starting to he's asking me a few questions, which means He might be gearing up to post some videos. But I keep reminding him that no one really knows what he looks like. They don't know who he is.
Hey,
Uh,
Michelle.
personality sells. Michelle is in the house. Hi, Michelle. Marion's
Marianne.
here. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. 9 million in the house. So I really appreciate too the raids that some of you have been conducting at a time when I really needed them. There are times I've seen my channel collapsing, and then you guys came to the rescue. I just want to point out that all of that effort, is truly appreciated, and it's always at the forefront of my mind when I'm making out my future YouTube budget. What did I just say there? I just say rewards. Rewards are in your
Yes.
future. Dez is here. I like Dez. Dez is up and coming, man. You guys, if you guys haven't been into Dez's channel, you got to go in there and Dez, she don't play. She's smart. She's really smart, and she's putting together. I think she's got something in her mind about how to integrate everything. How to integrate. It's going to be the what's it called? Universal. What's that theory? That physics theory. That they're trying to discover the answer to everything. The one universal theory that answers all the questions. And Des is probably going to come up with the universal theory as to how to become a success integrating all the social media platforms into one. That's what I think. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if it actually happens. But anyway, Einstein couldn't do it. Einstein couldn't come up with it. Will Des be able to come up with it?
I know I won't be able to.
Not me.
But anyway, I want to remind you guys, if you haven't seen Chicken Eats Burger on Crystal's one of Crystal's shorts, it's the same exact chicken that Mam Minnie used that she bit the head off of. Go into Crystal's channel. Yeah, it's the same chicken. I hope she washed it before they started playing around with it. Now that you know that I'm terribly sick, but
I hope it wasn't live.
well, it was making a whole hell of a lot of noise. That's all I could say, Jack.
Oh,
I did see that video. And I told
so go in there.
Crystal,
You got to go in there. The last time I looked, it had 5K views in the can. That's Crystal's Adventure Chicken Eats Burger. Film at 11. Let's see. What's Mike saying? Do you remember clackers? Oh yeah, they're coming back. Listen, there are clackers everywhere, and every time I see those clackers and someone's playing with them, I cringe. I could feel the pain down below the belt line. I'm telling you. I remember how those things used to drive me crazy, and apparently, some event occurred when I was a child that I might have to be hypnotized in order to recall. That has something to do with those clackers. I think somebody may have taken the clackers, got really annoyed with me, which is understandable, and just hit me right where you don't
want to be hit as a man. Yes, we understand.
That's right. Right where you don't want to be hit as a man. Someone took those clackers probably when I was a child. It's buried somewhere in my subconscious mind, and they did damage to me. And maybe that's why I've got one testicle that's a little bit higher than the other. I'm not sure. Is that too much information, Larry? Do you think?
It's a tad, but it's all right.
All right.
We've had we won't say who give more information.
Okay, so now one of the questions I hope Hey Job, one of us to dream, and doesn't mind me sharing one of his questions. But he says, "Hey, I have a propensity to use a lot of profanity in my videos." So I said, "Well, so what's the problem with that?" He says, "That's what I'm asking you. Is there a problem with that?" Well, it depends on how it's used. See, if you go, and I explained to him, if you're saying something like, "Hey, let's get the F out of here," that's probably acceptable. But if you say, let's go to the Philippines so we can F a whole bunch of Filipinas, that's probably going to be age restricted or restricted in some kind of way. So I notice on these videos that use a lot of cursing, a lot of 4-letter words that, a lot of 4-letter words that they don't get banned when they say, I just need to shove a whole pile of crap down so-and-so's throat. They don't get banned for saying that. They don't get banned for saying that. But if you start talking about going down Walking Street and how your body count, is you're trying to raise your body count by another 100 or so. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jack.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You're going to get frozen. They're not going to allow that video to air. You can't be talking like that.
Another notch in the headboard.
Yeah. You cannot be talking about that, because as much as many people believe that prostitution should be legal, me being one of them, right? They don't want you going on there airing, showing pictures of the working girls on the Walking Street. They don't want you to do that while uttering filth out of your mouth. They just don't want to do that. Now, that being said, that isn't the kind of guy that Mike is. Mike is more the guy that he's from Jersey. The words are integrated into his culture. He means no harm when he utters them. You see, he means no harm to anybody. And they're not directed.
You're talking about prostitution. Back when I was in 9th grade, I had a female biology teacher, and now she was probably in her 50s, and she thought it should be illegal. She thought prostitution should be illegal. She said, it should be illegal because you're not going to stop it. You can regulate it by, making sure they get physicals, and you can test a blank out of it and save me some tax money.
It's the world.
Are you seeing what Mike is saying? Yeah, that's right. Are you seeing what Mike is saying? Mike, does that have anything to do with yours being as big as coconuts? If someone came up to you, Mike, and said your clackers are as big as coconuts, how would you react, Mike? I'm just curious.
You got to see a doctor for that.
Yeah, you got to see a doctor for that. Exactly. You're allergic to something. You got a bad capsule of penicillin or something. Stop using that egg-based salve on your lower self, because you're allergic to that. I want a couple of them to bring back to Canada. Oh yeah, if you can get them back here.
How you doing?
Yeah. So anyway, everybody's listening in the background because no one seems to be offended by anything that I'm saying, and I'm doing my best to offend everybody today, but nothing's happening. So anyway, what else was I going to talk about? Somebody else brought up the clacker. Let's see. We talked about the clackers. Mike talked about clackers as huge as coconuts. That's an interesting thing. And so now they're all over the place. Folks, you can't even walk down the street. You can't even walk 2 steps once we leave this apartment in La Hougue without someone walking up to you showing you their clacker skills. I mean, they're just going crazy. Ma'am Minnie, where are you, Ma'am Minnie?
Yes. What?
Do you have your clackers? Where are your clackers? Ma'am Minnie even bought a pair. The clackers, the balls that go click, click, click. They call them clackers. These we invented as we invented these. We were kids. No, the camera's not going to be on you, but this noise is what drives me crazy.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Hi, Ma'am Minnie. How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you.
It's this noise. I cringe when I hear the noise.
They
I
said
cringe.
the name is Lato Lato in Visayan.
What are they called?
Lato Lato.
Lato Lato?
Yeah, in Visayan.
Oh, that's what everybody's saying. Lato Lato.
Oh, that's the English.
Like Lato, lottery.
Lato Lato.
Lato Lato. We call them clackers, right? And so here, I'm playing with my balls. So anyway, I'm gonna put them up. Here you go. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody was saying.
There's your orange.
Put them back in their purse.
Put them back in your purse. That's right. They come in handy if you're being
You can
attacked.
protect on yourself. So this
They
one,
make great weapons.
Yeah.
Mike says you need to get your clackers weighed. Yeah, let's have a challenge. The clacker challenge, we'll call it, Mike. You go first. Anyway, where were we? Why does the light
Mike
keep
says he
changing?
doesn't swear. If he does it, it means he's upset. Mike, I try
This-
not to swear, but every once in a while, because me being a former sailor, the words just come out.
Yes, indeed. It's like smoking cigarettes too, right, Mike?
I quit smoking over 24 years ago.
But if you didn't smoke, somebody they would be looking at you like something's wrong, right?
There was a lot of sailors that didn't smoke. There was probably a lot more of us that did. My older brother never smoked. He was in the Navy. There was a few others. Now, my older brother was a little strange because he didn't drink either. So that was really unusual. The ones
So
that
this
didn't drink.
lato thing, or this clicker thing, or whatever you call it, clackers or clickers or whatever you're calling them. This thing is a phenomena that every once in a while it just sweeps through. Now, if you saw that video, the toys video, they were selling pogs. I haven't seen a pog in years. They were selling milk
middle
cat
school for me.
in the Philippines. They had pogs for sale.
I think it was like back when I was in middle school, and I had those heavy ass slammers.
Yeah, I remember that. So that apparently is not sweeping through the Philippines. Why not that? They're lighter. They don't weigh as much. If you hit somebody in the eye with one or in the nuts, you're not going to hurt them. Why isn't that sweeping through the Philippines?
It's like the game when I was in elementary school. It's called breaks, where you took your pencil and you held it like that. Another person would whack it with their pencil and see if you could break it, and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Well,
I seem to remember that. I
do
do
you
remember that.
the long game called lawn darts?
Oh yeah.
Oh, those the jarts. Oh,
There was a lawn dart where it was a big old dart and you had these little circles and you tried to get it inside the circle.
Yeah.
I think that was the most dangerous thing ever made.
Yeah, they outlawed them because they said it was. I'd never seen anybody get hurt by it.
Awesome.
We had young kids, older people, everybody played that game in my family, and we played it all the time. Nobody ever got hurt because we weren't dumb enough to stand in front of the circle, and you got away from the side.
You stand up to the side.
You stood off to the side. You didn't stand anywhere near that circle.
I mean, for crying out loud, why isn't
if everybody's drunk, then people would probably be standing next to that.
People drunk and maybe young kids, not unsupervised, probably the ones that got hurt.
Yep.
What's wrong with
the people that shouldn't be playing the game?
What's wrong with a pet rock? Seems like it would go over nicely in the Philippines. What's wrong with a pet rock, guys?
I wouldn't have a pet rock here in the States, well alone one in the Philippines.
How can you take your pet rock for a walk? You feed your pet rock water.
I'd toss my pet rock in the ocean and drown that sucker.
You should get a long enough
see if he
string
can float.
just in case somebody messes with you. You just strike him with it. So that's a weapon.
Like I said, my pet rock. Let's see if he can float. Let's throw him out there.
Someone else is.
I could never understand why somebody would waste good money on a pet rock. It just did not make sense to me.
You just go to the backyard.
Huh?
Someone else wrote me a nice letter too, a nice email, and I should shout them out, but I can't find them now. I hope I didn't lose their message. Anyway, there are a whole bunch of people that are incoming, and they want to get together to have a drink or so. So, or a drink or two, I should say. And I got one of those emails, and I sent it back saying, of course, I'm willing to meet I'm willing to meet with anyone.
Michael
For just about any
McFarland
reason.
is in Manila right now.
By the way, we've been keeping an eye on Minnie's emails because the end of the month we're going to be heading back. The plan is to head back to Bye Bye. We'll probably be there for a few weeks, and if Manila calls for her to be sworn in, she's got to go. She's got to go. She can't miss that ceremony. So she's been checking her emails every day to make sure they haven't been trying to contact her. I think this is going to happen sooner than later. So I've been kind of on her about, checking her email to make sure she doesn't have one from immigration that says show up to take your dual citizenship swearing in ceremony. I'm telling you, that thing is gold. I'm telling you, once we have that, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit for both of us.
Well, it'll save you a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're on a tourist visa, you have to pay, what is it, $35-$40 every month?
Yep.
Somewhere in that range, isn't it there, Jack?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
All right. So
I'm
now,
trying to
if
talk
you got
to some
if you're a
attorneys.
Filipino wife who's registered as a Filipino citizen, you can take that, let's say, $400 a year, and take a little trip somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
Mike is
trying to
saying
talk
someone got their eye
some
popped out with a
attorneys.
pellet gun.
Or you can
Yeah, pellet
apply for,
gun.
what is it, the 13A, Mary?
Well, I haven't gotten that far. I'm just going to let JR take care of it. JRC. I haven't gotten that far.
I'm trying.
I'm just
I'm
going to let
trying to talk to
JRC
some, and
make.
see about getting my dual citizenship since I'm half Filipino.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Maybe you can get dual citizenship.
Yes, sir.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible you can
Does
get.
your mother or your father, whoever's the Filipino, have to register you, or how do you go about that?
I don't know the process. I'm still in the process of, chit-chatting with the attorneys and stuff like that to figure out how to get it done.
Hey, Leonard, late.
Yep.
Did you oversleep?
Well, kind of.
Could you turn your speakers up? I mean, your volume up. I can't hear you.
That better?
Try again.
Wow,
Let me
that's
turn
You might have
mine
to
up.
move his microphone down.
I'll move your microphone down. You got it up right on the top of your head. That should help when you bring it down.
that might help.
Oh, that helps. That helps greatly. Jack spotted it. I didn't.
Hello, Leonard. Hello.
Hello, Dan.
How's it going?
Thanks, Jack. Pretty
Mike
good.
is talking about a friend who got his eye popped out by a BB gun.
Pellet gun. Same thing,
That's-
Yeah.
though.
Pretty much, yeah.
That would
Pellet guns
hurt.
more powerful. But
That would hurt.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like that movie, The Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out.
Well, anyway, this cold, I hope it goes away soon. It's been with me for about 4 or 5 days. I'm afraid to go outside because I don't want to infect anybody. Let's talk about men controlling women. How about that?
You mean women controlling men?
yeah.
Yeah, because it's interesting, For one that caught my attention, I just want to talk about straight away. Mike, I don't know. I'm sure you mentioned it, Mike, married to a beautiful woman, what the age gap difference
Hi,
is in your
Mike.
relationship. But Mike, is there not a propensity? I mean, Mike is one hell of a nice guy. Obviously, everybody knows that. But is there not a propensity to talk, not talk down to your Filipino, but I guess you would be, talking down to your wife as though she were
I would think it depends on where you met her.
childlike?
I think anybody that met a Filipino here in the States who's working wouldn't have a tendency to do that.
Oh, hell no.
But someone that meets a Filipina in the Philippines, because maybe her English isn't as good, may have a tendency to talk down to her, where she may have a much better education than he does.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you may run into a woman who, I'll tell you what, Minnie's as sharp as a. I mean, the street sense that this woman has is absolutely incredible. This was the thing that attracted me to her in the first place, was how street smart she was, and that's from growing up in a very, very challenging environment. But how do you prevent? I mean, for crying out loud, what is Minnie? She's 4'11". When I first met her, she weighed all of 85 pounds. For crying out loud.
That
Wow.
sounds
I
like the
mean,
smallest girl I dated. She was 14.
and then we had this almost 20-year age gap. So I got into this bad habit of talking to her as though she were my daughter, which really wasn't a bad thing in the beginning.
Uh-huh. Crusty old fart.
That never ends well.
Well, the neighbors would come over and say, "Holy smokes, Dan, what did you go and do?
Robbed the
You're going
cradle.
to be paid. You're going to be paid a visit by the FBI soon."
Be on the show To Catch a Predator in the Philippines.
But now things are changing. Filipinos, they're growing. They're growing because of Jollibee and McDonald's. That may not be the reason why they're growing.
Well, it's not why they're growing up; it's why they're growing out.
But,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest about it.
yeah.
That
They
junk
are
food's
getting-
not
they are
helping them
getting
grow
thicker.
taller. It's helping them grow.
I'll tell you what, guys. I've never met a plate of rice that I didn't like.
Hey, I like
I
rice.
have. I like
I'm
rice,
telling
but
you,
I've-
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I could get through a day without carbon out. I have carburetions. I mean, I just go through.
Dan,
I'm a carb addict. I don't know how you do it.
Hey,
You
Mike.
just
Hey,
have
Joe.
guts.
How you doing?
I just had a half a pizza
I
for
hate
breakfast.
Joe. What's that, Jack?
I just had a half a pizza for breakfast for delivery.
So I mean, that's one of the things. So number one on my list that caught my attention was talking down to your wife as though she's your daughter. What's wrong with that? I mean, for crying out loud, she's 20 years my junior.
But it usually doesn't end well.
She's cute as a bug's ear. I just want to hold her and hug her all the time.
I agree.
She just says, "Quit squeezing me. Quit squeezing the life out of me.
Stop
Let me
choking
go. Let me go. I only weigh 105 pounds." All right, but what are some of the other things? What are some of the other things that have happened and can happen? Are you man enough to admit it? That's what's going on here. Are you man enough to admit that you've done a few of these things?
I'm sure I have.
I have in here.
What's
Well,
the new four-letter word? What's the new four-letter word in the workplace?
Stop.
Oh, that's a good one. No, I wasn't thinking of that, but that works. No, the new four-letter word is guys. You can't say guys anymore in the workplace. You'll get written up. They'll drum you out of there. They'll escort you out of there. Larry will be escorting himself from his own cubie.
Yep, that's
Grab
it, Larry.
myself by the scruff of my neck. Let's go, Larry.
Yeah.
That'd make a good video, wouldn't it?
No, you
Yeah.
can't use the word when you go in there and you say, "Hey guys, let's go have lunch," and you're talking to a group of girls.
Hey, darlings, how's it going? That'll get me in trouble too, though.
Yep.
Oh hell yeah, it
All
will.
those things you.
And anime.
But you talk
Hi,
about
Tim.
squeezing your girlfriend. Like I said,
Tim
I
is
dated
saying
this girl who was
Minnie
4'10",
robbed
weighed
the
maybe
senior
13 pounds,
center.
soaking wet. I pissed her off one time because this is back when I was 21 in San Diego. I picked her up over my head with one hand. She got mad at me. I set her down inside the sink, said, "I'll take a bath."
Oh, Mike is saying because they were always told what to do throughout their education. Yeah, they have a traditional what do they call that? Schoolmaster. What do they call it?
Well, a school marm would
Yeah.
be a female. A schoolmaster, or yeah, would be a man, wouldn't it? School marm's a female.
I
Yeah,
wonder what the history of that
Traditional.
is.
unless it's
Because you
principal.
see, this has to be influenced from the Catholic Church because when they're walking down the street, the kids going to school, they're all in the same school
Headmistress.
uniform.
Like Ajo says, headmistress.
And they're very polite. The kids are like walking in rows, they're like robots. They're like walking one after another. Their parents are behind them, supervising them as they walk to school. I've noticed that.
That's a good
They
way
know
to
their
do it,
parents
Mike.
are there watching them.
I see a message from Mike married to a beautiful woman. See, my wife messages me, but I don't correct her on her spelling and never say anything. I get
Bless
messages
bless
from
her
people.
heart. Bless your heart, Mike.
I
My
get
wife is constantly coming to me saying, "Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct English?"
yeah,
Go
I'll
ahead. I'm
get
sorry, Jack.
I get messages from a friend of mine's wife saying what he's doing, and it sometimes I can't even understand it, but I don't ever correct her. I just let it go. I think eat on it for a little bit and just figure it out. I'm like, okay, that's what she meant.
Well, like I said, at least she's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, hey Joe. Either Mike, can you answer this? Do they still crack you on the back of the hand or on the knuckles when you do something wrong? They got that 18-inch ruler that I've been smacked around with so many times as a kid that if I see another one anywhere near me in my lifetime, I'm going to break it over my knee and shove it up the person's ass.
Some of those
I
rulers have
was
got a metal rod, metal piece going through it.
Yeah.
I was in school here when I was like 5, 6 years old, and I seen my brother taking a butt whooping by the principal with a
With a
paddle,
paddle, not a
Yeah.
ruler.
and
Yeah, they're a
it
little bit.
had them aerodynamic holes in there, and I jumped on the back of him, and I'm like choking him out.
Did I tell you about? I don't even know how she did it, but I tell you about how my friend Ronnie and I were talking back and forth in class, and I don't know how she did it because she was writing on the chalkboard, and she turned around and she hit Ronnie square between the eyes with that piece of chalk. I have no idea how she did it. Ronnie was so shocked. He could not believe it. He looked over at me and he just said, "She hit me in the eye with a piece of chalk. She hit me right between the eyes with a piece of chalk." He was
She was a
amazed.
sniper.
Yeah,
Yep.
how did she do it? He was amazed. He couldn't believe it. He talked about it for at least the rest of that school year. He kept talking about it. He would
Well,
tell
that
everybody,
sniper
"Don't
part
F
was
with
from
her.
Mike Joe. He said that. Sniper.
Do not F with Miss Haraguchi." By the way, Miss Haraguchi is still alive, still receiving her teacher's pension. I checked on it because if I ever see that woman again, God
You gotta
help
say
her.
hi.
Anyway, moving on. Moving
Hey, Sir
on.
Luke. Welcome,
Tim
Sir
says,
Luke.
Sir Luke, how you
They
doing,
were-
Hey,
sir?
Sir Luke.
Tim says, Sir Luke is here. Sir Luke, may the force be with you also. Mike has, or Tim was saying that they call them the headmaster, something like that? The headmaster.
Head mistress or a headmaster? Yeah. Depends on whether it's a female or male.
Mike
I
K. Joe
think-
says, "Is this sound good?" That's hilarious, Mike. That's
Actually,
hilarious.
yesterday was Sir Luke's birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sir Luke.
See, when you guys are talking about Catholic schools, I can't relate. I always went to public schools.
Yep, me too.
I think the
Oh,
Catholic schools use the rulers, I believe.
Yeah, they're the ones that use the rulers. That's what I said. I can't relate.
Some of the
In my
public
public
schools did
school, if
too.
I got in trouble, it was with a board I got whipped.
Yep.
Mike, there's a
Now,
reason why I have this flat part of my head. So
my
every day I got to live with looking at myself in the mirror.
my
I
dad
start my
told the
usual.
teachers that if I needed a whipping, they had his permission to beat me. Let him know, and I'll get a whipping when I get home.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how my dad was. A
My dad
whipping.
was-
It was a beating. It was a beating. It was
That's the
being
way.
thrown
That's the
thrown
way.
in the dungeon.
Yep.
like
That's the
me,
way we all were
I
brought
got
up.
beatings, not whoopings. I got beatings. I hear my dad's door close, and I can hear all the belts. He's got like 20 belts just rattling in the back of the door. I'm like,
Oh yeah, there was a belt or a board.
belt.
No, I got one or
All
the other.
hitting does is teach you how to hit. That's all it does. All you're doing when
I
you're
don't
hitting your
agree.
kid.
Extension cord.
I
I've
do
got
In
a
not
school,
extension
one of
agree.
the
cord here in
teachers
the
had a board
Philippines.
with holes drilling through it.
But
Yeah, I've
Believe
seen
me, that
those
hurt.
too.
Extension cords.
Yep.
hey,
My mom would hit me
Filipina,
good
does that go on in the Philippines? What's punishment like if you step out of line? What happens to you?
A paddle.
I know some of them make the kids kneel on rice.
Ooh.
So here, this next one I want to talk about is a little bit in the danger zone. You have to be careful with this. Because you are taken care of so well by your Filipino wife, by your beautiful Filipino wife, because you get used to the treatment, and you have to be very, very careful about making demands on them when they're already treating you like you're a king. Jack, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not married to my Filipina. You know, we've been together for about 5 years. You know, long distance relationship. You know, the whole LDR thing, and me coming back here to see her again. And she stays here when she's not at her house or not working or something like that. But I don't like earlier talking about talking down to the girl.
Yeah, Tim,
And
you're right.
I don't go down that road, and we respect each other, and we just live in harmony. We eat the same stuff, which is kind of cool, and
Yeah.
our dislikes are same dislikes, and
Mutual
Mike is saying
respect.
this
Mutual
usually this
respect.
happens a lot. I notice, Mike, that once you suffer the hands of a beating, and you recognize the abuse, when you become a parent, you shelve it, or if you are partaking in that, you temper it. You're careful how you're using it, when you use it, how you apply it. So he said he's never hit my kids.
it's like
That's good.
I say I never struck her. We've gotten into like verbal, altercations, and she took off, went back home, but we're
Well,
over that
Tim was talking
now.
about the
And
leather
over that.
strap. That's because a lot of people shaved with a straight razor back in the day. And
Yep.
the leather strap was used for sharpening up and keeping your
That'd tear
straight
your
razors
butt up.
sharp.
Yep.
That'd tear your butt up.
Hey, wait till you're told to go out and get your own switch so they can whip you with it.
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Lee, I was in the Philippines and I was like 5, 6 years old. Me and my brother did something stupid that pissed off my dad because we were on the beach at some Nipa hut. And my dad told us to go outside and find a switch to beat us with.
I know it's also
We
when you're
found the smallest stick we could find. And my dad was like, nope. He went outside the neighbor hut and like just like drag a tree inside the house and just tore our butts up.
Wow, party on, Mike. You were the talk of the town, I bet. Yeah.
I
Guys that
have dated
control tend to
older women
also,
myself.
they tend to bully,
I never got
make
one
you feel
pregnant.
guilty or refuse to acknowledge the request, your request, which seems unfair because, like I said, there many. I'm undeserving of the way she treats me. I'm very undeserving. I'm very, very undeserving. They criticize you constantly. Men who control their women, if they don't like what you're wearing or how you speak, they'll make jokes at your expense, and they'll be always looking for the flaws, somewhere.
Like everybody in the world is flawed in some way, somehow.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think, I think the point here is, why are you pointing out the flaws in the woman that has devoted her life to you? And pretty much in the case of Man Mini is at my beck and call 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days per year.
It's like one of those things you suck it up, buttercup, don't say nothing, and just be a good boy.
Mike K. Joe says that he's learned to choose his battles carefully.
Yes, sir. Especially around Filipinos.
Yep. That's true
Mike
around
says,
here too.
Well, see, now
Mike says he's still
I
feeling
didn't have to be
guilty.
around Filipinos. I got 4 sisters and a mother. I learned to choose my battles very carefully long time ago.
That was
Especially if
I
they're
would lose
older.
most of those
that was
fights.
probably a good deal for you.
Yeah, they probably gang up on you.
Well, 3 were
Mhm.
older. Besides my mom, I got 3 older sisters. Only 1 younger. So yeah, my oldest sister
Hello.
is 10 years older than I am. She changed my diapers when I was a baby.
Mm.
Timothy, I got a phone call about 15 years ago, and it had something about, let's see, and all that was said is, I found the strap. Wow.
I'm about
Wow.
to tear that up.
I would have been like, send it to me.
So I don't get hit
Wow.
with it.
Sir Luke said, yeah, it does sound like narcissism. Actually, it is a little bit narcissistic. Not a little bit. It is narcissistic. Me being flawed would be an improvement. I'm melting out in my... Well, see, we tend to. Maybe this is what's prompting the discussion, in the first place, is that I notice myself mellowing out quite a bit. And plus, there's no one really hanging around for me to, I don't know, take advantage of.
Mm.
There's really no one else hanging around. It's just Man Mini and I. And so now we know each other so well. We know each other's idiosyncrasies that we tend to avoid conflict because we recognize what those are in advance. We recognize what those shortcomings are in advance. But I'll be the first person to say, hey, them shoes don't match that dress. So is that a bad thing?
The carpet don't match the drapes.
The shoes don't match the dress.
Depends. Are the shoes comfortable or not comfortable?
Mike says he never hit another person in anger. No, it was all planned, right, Mike? You planned it out. You were in your right mind when you did it.
I had to talk this guy who's like, is it 89-year-old black dude here in the Philippines, in my barangay. He's like always talking all kinds of like weird propaganda crap, and it's like, and it said some Filipino called him the N word. I'm like, and he says he wants to beat him up and kill him. When I'm like, dude, don't. And it's just some people are just uneducated. They don't know that word. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. And plus, you're 89 years old. You run around with
Here's a control thing that I've seen happen time and time again in the Philippines. Westerners come over and they start talking to me about how they're meeting their girlfriend for the first time, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. Next thing I see is the cell phone coming out of their bag. You know, what's the cell phone for? I brought a cell phone for her. That's so I could keep track of her. That's so
All
she'll.
I got to say is, if you're keeping track of her, she's got the right to keep track of you.
and people
You know, I
are
want to know what she's doing at all times. I just care about her a lot.
Latoya, how you doing, Latoya?
Care about her, my intended a lot, and so she needs a cell phone so I can call her whenever I need to find out what she's doing. Here's Mike saying she can always turn on the tampo machine. You know, I have not even can remember one time where I had to go through that. No, I haven't. I've been lucky. That has never happened to me. She's never done that. I don't really know why. I'm going to have to ask her about that.
Latoya is saying hi to you, Jack, in case you don't see it.
Latoya Williams is in the house.
Yeah. For some reason, it shows up on this chat, but not on my phone chat.
Latoya, where are you from?
It's supposed to show all messages.
I think she's like kind of down southeastern side of the U.S.
Ah, okay. You can't fix stupid. I'm living proof.
That's true.
If you
I'm
got
living
some duct
proof.
tape,
You can make it worse. Crack them upside the head.
Latoya said she's going to catch up with you later, dude.
So I said, if you hit them upside the head, you make them dumber.
So Mike is saying, I love Tampo, gives a chance to calm down. Yeah. There is a positive angle to that.
You can actually sit down and have peace and quiet.
How about when you attach, I know this happens a lot in Filipino relationships. I've seen it. You attach conditions to love and affection. I've seen this happen before.
As
yeah, so they'll say, if you want this to happen, you have to do this for me first.
If you love me, you got to do this.
If you love me, you have to do this for me. Don't you love me?
as long as it's not monetary, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
The man typically won't say, I love you, unless you give in to his demand. All you're seeking is his love and affection. See, but you have to earn it. How do you earn my love and affection? Go do what I tell you. Go do what I say, dang it.
Like my girl, she does like a lot of things. Like I don't even ask her to do. She'd like do my laundry. She'd do my dishes. Like sometimes cook. And like I didn't even ask her to do any of that. I'm like, okay, thank you. Well, I'm sitting here in this chair, watching YouTube videos.
Well, my understanding, though, that is part of the Filipino culture.
Mm-hmm.
To keep the house clean, do the cooking. That's part of the way they were brought up. Their mothers did it. Their grandmothers did it. So they do it.
She can actually cook a good damn meal. I'm like, that's a bonus.
But now, does she mind if you cook once in a while for her?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've heard some get mad if you do anything.
Oh, hell no. I ain't cooking nothing for nobody.
Well, you know, Dad, I may be lazy, but you're even worse.
Flat out, I ain't doing it.
She loves my spaghetti because I make my own spaghetti sauce, my own bolognese sauce.
Like I said, I actually enjoy cooking once in a while. You know, I'm not saying I like to cook every day, every meal, but I don't mind cooking. I hate
It's like
cleaning the house, but I'll do it. Only
it's
because
like
if I
sometimes
don't do it, it doesn't get done.
it's like sometimes if I make like lasagna or spaghetti with my sauce, I
Have you
mix
seen
I make a
r-
big
r-
pot so we get enough for like 3, 4, 5 days to eat.
Have you seen Rebuty's latest format change on her
No,
channel?
I haven't.
Oh,
Hello,
oh!
Reza. How you doing?
Speak of the devil, there she is. It's my fiance,
Reza Marie's your
Miss
fiance?
Maria.
Well, hello, Reza. Welcome.
Hi there, Risa. She wants
Uh,
spaghetti tomorrow.
uh, she put me
Get
up.
it for her.
You're the one that brought it up, buddy.
Is she looking
All
in the
right.
back again?
You brought up she liked your spaghetti and lasagna, so I don't blame her saying I want spaghetti tomorrow. So
I
start
stuck
making the sauce tonight.
I stuck my own foot in my own mouth.
Yep. Open mouth, insert foot.
Yep. Thank you, Riza.
She goes, thanks for reminding me.
So the cell phone thing makes me nervous because once you meet your man for the first time, and after you do your hellos, how's everything going? By the way, I got you this cell phone. You better be thinking. You better be thinking something's up with that cell phone thing
And
because I'm telling you, you probably got hooked up with one possessive and jealous dude. But that'll all come out. Try not answering your phone when he calls and see how that develops.
well, by the way, Jack, um, who was it now? Mike Hey Joe said, don't forget the sausage. And Tim, I see some of the comments in one of my chats, but on the other one, I don't see it all the time. Now, the one where I'm getting the chats where I'm actually live, I see them there, but I don't always see them on my phone. And I'm supposed to see all the chats, but I have not seen them all up there. So I have
I
no
can
clue
get
what's going on.
I can get sausage from a friend of mine. He's another foreigner. Lives like maybe 2 blocks over, and he'll just deliver it to me. It's like 300 a kilo, or wait,
Yeah,
300 per
Jack,
kilo,
like
or
like an A Joe wants to remind you that the sausage goes in the spaghetti.
I put it.
Wait a minute. Why not have sausage separate? And then
Hey,
if you want to add it to spaghetti, you can do it.
I put my sausage wherever I want to put it.
There you go.
It's actually the casing that makes the sausage delicious, right?
You really got that one.
Yeah. But only if they let you.
Larissa's
I don't
hanging
know.
in there. Thanks for
Jollibee.
being such a great supporter, Larice. Who
I
left
don't like
us?
the Jollibee spaghetti with the hot dogs. I'm like, I don't understand this.
All
This is
right,
like a
Mike. Married to a
oh,
beautiful woman. You take care now. We'll see you the next
Take care,
time.
Mike. Thanks for
He
coming.
said he's going to go video chat with his Aswa. So,
Latoya Williams. Hey, Risa. Hello. All right, where are we? Possessiveness. How about they don't care about your point of view.
so if they don't
I've
care
been
about
caught
your
once or
point of view, then
twice
they don't
saying,
love you. And that goes either way. The woman doesn't care about the man, or the man doesn't care about the woman. That's not love. That's control.
right.
I'm not saying you have to give in to their point of view, but you have to take it in consideration. You
What
have
happens when
to.
you try to control each other? That doesn't sound like it would work
Well,
out
like I
too
said,
well.
you need to try to work out a compromise if you can.
It's like
It's
gotta
not
have
always
a
possible,
whole
but
give and take.
give and take. That's
If you express an independent belief, they will shut you down or ignore you. They'll say things like, "Your life has changed forever because of me."
Right.
but then you ask her, or she asks you, is it for better or is it for worse?
If you throw that out, like I made your life, better because I'm here in the Philippines or whatever, this, that, and another. That's not gonna go good.
That's when you
They
tell her.
gaslight
If,
you. They
that's when you tell her
gaslight
my
you.
life is better because I came here, not because of you.
Have
Well,
either
I'm
of
happy
you
with you, but
been guilty of gaslighting someone? Gaslighting means you attempt to make someone believe something you know is not true or not right, or you twist things to confuse the issue.
Nope.
You may complain about put downs, behavior, completely denying them, or you might suggest that your partner is the one who's being hurtful. A little bit of back and forth, psychological and emotional manipulation. How about when your partners wear you down to a nub so there's nothing left?
I just took a nap.
Good for you, dang it. Good for you. That sounds like the right thing to do.
turn off
Hmm.
Sleep
all
it
your
off, and then
electronics
when you
and tune
wake
out.
up, everything will be fine.
I go upstairs to my freezer and I go to sleep.
Have you ever gotten into an argument where you just will not let it go until the other person shuts the hell up?
I've done it before,
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
I took it
Mostly
overboard
with my family.
a time or two. I regret it, but things are fine. We're still
I
alive.
just tell
I'm
them
not
straight
in
up these
jail.
days. I tell them straight up these days, this argument will not end until I have the last effing word.
Because we're in different mediums of like we're Americans and they're Filipinas, and it's like you gotta gauge it out and see exactly how to do it. It's just I'm gonna sleep. That's that's me.
And
Or
for
I just
example,
go downstairs and like watch YouTube and charge my phone because my charge upstairs kind of sucks.
so I've had this happen. I've watched this happen in my own
Hello,
family.
Nina.
When somebody tries to confront a controlling abuser, they will use tactics like diverting the conversation from your pain to theirs. That by saying something like, this, once I say this, you guys are going to recognize it. I act this way because my father abused me when I was a kid. You wouldn't complain so much if you had an ounce of understanding for how much I do for you. Sounds
If I hear something like that, I say, "F no, I don't understand that because it doesn't make any sense. What your dad did to you is not gonna, spread to me."
who's here in the chat? Nina. Nina, how are you? Where are you from,
Nina,
Nina? Nice to have you here. Where are you from?
I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name. I'm not gonna try it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not either.
Nina Nakulanga. Hello, Nina Nakulanga. That's a beautiful name. It has langa on it, langa in it. No one ever admits, controlling personality will seldom admit fault. They also look like nice folks to other people. Gee, I think I'm describing myself. They think you're never enough, and they keep score. That's one thing that I've noticed. They keep score. I did this for you, so why can't you do this for me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They want to go tit for tat.
Right.
By
Right.
golly, if they go tit, you better go tat.
So interesting. So these are the things that you have to look out for, or I would be looking out for if I were here in the Philippines and I were waiting for my antenna to come from another country, the Western, United States, some other country. I'd be looking for these signs because there is a lot of talk, especially coming out of the West, that the main intention of foreigners coming over to the Philippines to find a wife that are subservient to them, right? In every way.
I can control this girl. No, this doesn't happen like that. You know, these people are just stupid. Like, I just want to go to Philippines to go walk in the street and put some more notches in the headboard. No, don't do that because you can catch something. I've never been there. I know
Makes
what
a
it's
good
about.
point. When they screw up and you confront them, they would turn it around and bring up your faults to deflect. The best thing to
Yep.
do is to sit down and have a conversation about where you've been and where you're going. It's important, in my opinion, it's important that your partner know exactly what you're thinking, where you've been, why you think the way that you do, what your intentions are for the future. You have to have that conversation
Yes, sir.
because
You just
I
don't
think,
jump into something blind.
well, yeah, exactly. Subservient until she cuts off your, exactly. And they will, in the middle of the night, sneak up on you
I'm
without
mostly
anesthesia.
I'm usually I sleep on my stomach most of the time.
Oh, well, then all you'd end up doing would be getting a knife in the ass. That's all. A
Oh,
pitchfork in the ass.
that would suck.
Landers, all the landers are here. Thank you so much for helping me out. I really appreciate it. You're number one, Sir Luke. Don't ever change. All right. So now, do I have any of these traits? Do I have them currently? I would have to say yes. Have I tried to overcome these? I have to say yes. Is it a painful, difficult process to acknowledge your faults and make the attempt to change? I'd have to say it is.
Very
But I've
painful.
been totally and completely truthful.
It's like
This man made,
when you come here to the Philippines, you have to adapt. It's not up to you. It's up to where you're at. You know, you can't just like, hey, you're gonna do this, do that. No, that's not how it's gonna go.
It's very painful to admit when you're wrong. No one
Hmm.
wants to admit that they're wrong. But it's a sign of maturity that you can't.
It's like with Riza, my fiance. I've been wrong before, and I,
Well, I
eventually
have too,
admit
but like I
to it.
said, it's still tough to admit it sometimes, especially
Mhm.
depending on who you're admitting it to. I have a hard
It's like,
time admitting that I'm wrong to my sisters.
it's like usually, as a man, it's harder to admit to your fault to
True.
your female, your partner.
Like I said, I
Hello.
have a hard time just admitting it to my sisters. Doesn't have to be
Hey,
a partner.
reset. Is that your high school or college graduation picture that you're using for your thumbnail? I'm kind of curious about that. Hope you don't mind me asking. Yes, happy birthday, Sir Luke. Dang, that's right. Wasn't it Sir Luke's
Happy,
birthday yesterday? Shouldn't we
happy
sing
belated
happy birthday?
Happy
birthday, Sir
belated
Luke.
birthday, Sir Luke.
I think it was yesterday. I'm sorry if I mess it up, Sir Luke.
We love you, Sir Luke. So,
Sir Luke, was your birthday the 12th? The same as Independence Day? I was thinking somebody's birthday was the 12th. Isn't that the
Well,
Filipino
mine's today.
Independence Day?
boy, I'm so glad you guys that I have the camera turned towards the city, so you don't have to see the snot running down my nose.
Yep.
Oh, come on. That would be such a pretty picture.
And it's pouring
Yeah,
all over
happy
the
birthday, Sir
laptop keyboard.
Well, you'd
That's
probably,
last year's photo, you
Dan,
said.
you'd
Okay,
probably lose a few followers.
that's a nice
Should we-
picture.
Should we sing
Yeah, it is.
Sir Luke happy birthday in like the American way or the Philippine way?
Oh man, you got me.
Let's go the American way.
All right, let's sing. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
Sir Luke Landers. Happy
birthday
birthday to
Hello,
you
Anime. Hello,
and
Crystal.
many more. How embarrassing is that? Aqua lang. More water. Yeah, you got to drink water. I've been drinking Gatorade. I've been taking my own advice. When you're sick, you got to make sure you stay hydrated. So it's either Buco juice or it's Gatorade.
Gatorade's a good way to do it. Replenish
Yeah,
those,
you got to stay hydrated. And I'm drinking lemon tea,
electrolytes that you use.
lemon ginger tea like crazy. You got to get those electrolytes in.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sir Luke. May the
Since,
force be with
Since
you.
Michael McFarland's not here, happy birthday to you, Sir Luke. I think he's probably taking a nap in was it Manila?
How about something that I was gonna pass over, but now that I think about it, it's worth talking about. It's interesting. Have you ever used
Hi, Menge.
Have you ever used sex as a control?
I haven't.
Have you ever had it used
I've had
upon
it
you?
used on me. Yeah, I've had it used on me.
That sounds like a
It's
song.
interesting. Well, but that could be, I'm not just talking about the withholding of sex either. For example, yeah, you understand that. Yeah. Physical intimacy, you won't be intimate with your partner. Your controlling man can be kind of weird in his sexual requests. Says something, wild that
I had a girlfriend that if other girls were around, she was much more publicly affectionate with other women around.
Yeah, you bring up. This is actually a good thing to talk about because I've had girlfriends who would right in front of me, right? I don't know. I'm probably going to be banned from YouTube for having this discussion. They're probably going to age restrict if I talk about this, but I have had this happen where they will say to me right in front of my face, "Don't you ever treat me like I'm your kid again." And then when you're in the bedroom in the throes of having aggressive sex, will say, "Spank me, daddy, spank me."
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that?
Well, she wants to be treated
Just a
like,
little double standard.
well, like I said, she wants. How should I say it? She wants to be treated like an angel in public, but like a devil in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, she wants to be Mrs. Goody Two Shoes in front of everybody, which I see nothing wrong with that.
No,
Uh,
nothing at all.
you
Okay,
know,
so all bets are off when you enter the bedroom. Is that what you're saying?
oh no, you treat her
Sounds
right
like it.
outside the bedroom, and then when you go in the bedroom, she'll get you going. But if that's
Hey,
really the way it is,
by
I
the
mean,
way, I wasn't saying that I objected to that. I just felt that it was interesting
yeah.
that that would happen.
Well, like I said, I like a woman that publicly in public likes to be respectful, not cussing, not being uh, how shall I say it, uh, a
Sir
B.
Luke said it means she's got daddy issues, but but maybe not necessarily. I'm not so sure. But
Yeah, I'm
let's
not
say
either.
that let's say that you've been having this argument, Sir Luke, that's been ongoing. Every time you're in public, we're in public, you talk down to me, like I'm your kid. And next thing this happens in the bedroom, right? The next thing you know.
You're on OnlyFans.
Quite revealing. It can be, or is it
Yeah,
just fantasy?
could be both.
I
Some
had a
people
I had a woman I was dating who said that something similar to that, and then started crying, and
some
then
people are that
confessed to me about how her father had raped her as a child. That's a little awkward when you say Leonard Lund.
I would say that's awkward.
Very awkward. Hard to know
but
how to
you can't
handle
blame
that.
that for everything in your life.
Right.
Well, I'm going to tell you
Mike and
though.
Hey Joe says she could
I
be
think
saying what you
it
think you
can
want to
affect
hear.
your sexual activity because someone you're supposed to trust completely violated that trust in a way that should have never been violated, and so it could cause, until she gets some help. I'm not saying she shouldn't get help, but
Yeah, and then she said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Don't ever tell anybody. Don't ever share that with anybody." I said, "Well, that's not my first thought. My first thought was not to go out and tell the world what you just said, but my first thought was more like, I need to get my clothes and get the hell out of here."
Mike,
That was
hey
that was
Joe,
my first thought.
exactly.
What's that, Jack?
What hey Joe, Mike said, yeah.
here's here's my
I just got out of the bathroom trying to enjoy my beer. Hey,
Hey, Joe, that is possible. That
Yep, I
does
would say
happen.
that. I would say that. Yep, it sure is.
and that is
Anime,
definitely a
thanks so
mood
much,
killer.
Clarice. Thank you for being here and hanging in. We have 10 million people in the house at the moment, and then we got the gang is all here. Who are we missing? Who are we missing?
retro.
Retro.
Retro
Where's Retro?
and Mac Daddy.
He's not here.
Let me see if I could find him.
Where's the Mac Daddy? Where's
not
the
here. I
Mac
didn't
Daddy?
see him in the chat
He
either.
reminded me that you were on, which
He
is
may
a
have
good
something
thing.
going on. We don't know about it.
Could
Yeah.
be.
He's been having issues with the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find that all those things are very, very interesting. I hope I hope it's not too much to be talking about in the Philippines early on a Wednesday morning, and so that's one of the reasons I was thinking about. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't talk about it, but I
Oh,
kept getting prompted by folks saying you got to tell the whole story. There are a lot of men out there. They're coming to the Philippines. And whether you want to acknowledge it or not, they are abusing our sisters.
That's true. There are.
there are definitely.
And they need to know about it. Know what to watch out for.
Yeah, I think that you need to.
They need to get their act together.
Right.
Well, yeah,
And
but the women need to
Rebuti,
know what to look out for to protect
Oh,
themselves from
right,
those
right,
people.
right, right.
Is what I'm
I was,
saying. I
I
mean,
was
the
going to
guys shouldn't
mention
be
that.
doing it, but
I'm sure this
there's
is
going
going
to
to
be
be a
people that's going to do
Rebuti
it, so they
topic
need to know.
Yeah.
sometime in the future. But if you go into her new format, Rebuti, you'll see she posted 3 videos or 4 videos they have less than a 6-minute format, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, because some of
Because
hers used to be like 20 minutes or longer.
yeah, now she's down to 6, but she's delivering it. She's delivering the message straight, and she just goes matter of factly.
That's good
Point
because, like I
one,
said, I
point
always
two,
enjoyed their
point three.
videos, but sometimes they were just too long. The
Yeah,
Filipina
I think
goes,
she's figured out. I think she's figured out that as she tries to integrate all these platforms, that she has to become smarter about it.
Yeah.
Regular guy, like I said, he's done a really, really good job. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you guys this. So I'm going to be doing a video. Tell me if you guys think. I will do this video if you guys think this is a good idea. So you know how regular guy, he goes into Google Earth. Then he shows you the places he's been and where he was sitting when he did it and all this other stuff. So I'm going to do a video that's going to make fun of that format a little bit by going in there, showing you where regular guy was sitting when I first spotted him. I'm going to use Google Earth, and so I'm going to videotape using the same type of format that he uses. I think
Okay.
it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
it'll be pretty good. It'll be now to me. It won't be hilarious because I don't watch regular guy. I think it'll
I
still be
don't very often.
enjoyable. But for those who watch regular guy and know what you're doing, it'll probably be hilarious.
Yep.
Where regular guy was sitting right here at Philly Willie's. I'll even talk like him. It'll be so much fun. And so we'll see if I can pull it off. I'm not sure actually how you do that. How you go into Google Earth and how you tape some of the I don't know if that's a subscription service I have to pay for or what the deal is. But I'm going to try and set it up.
It'll be interesting to see.
Gonna come up a little bit.
Thank you.
Hey guys,
I'll tell you the truth.
hey,
I wouldn't
Dan,
lie to you. Yeah.
Dan, I'm gonna have to get going. I gotta go. My friends went down to New York City. She'll be back tomorrow, but I gotta go over.
New York City.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
Her daughter is a aspiring model. She's got
Okay.
she's got a modeling agency that represents her. So she's going down to meet with them and a couple of her model coaches. This is her daughter.
Yeah.
Sign that
Her
contract, bro.
daughter's in high school.
Don't come back without a contract.
They're going down.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think her mom's at home by herself. Her mom's like 86. She's 11 years younger than my mom.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go over and I'll spend
Yeah,
the
I'm
night
still
over
hungry.
there.
I think
So I'm going to have to get going. So let me tell everybody now,
Yeah.
take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
You
Plus,
can put
always
it
try
in
to
a
have fun. And
container in the
remember,
fridge.
we'll see you in Dan's next one. Take care.
All right.
everybody. I
Take
gotta
care,
go.
Larry. Take care.
Save and I'll eat
All right.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So, guys, now Oh my goodness gracious! What were we talking about? Okay. So if you go into Rebuty, you're going to see 6-minute segments, and she. I know it made me feel a little bit funny, but the very last one that she's done, I don't know, maybe she's put up another one. The one she did 3 days ago, she's
Yes.
talking about. Uh, she's talking about
Right.
the social media changing the way Filipinas and Filipinos think about random sex, casual sex. So this was, I've noticed it. It's not something that I haven't noticed, but it was kind of scary, you know. It was kind of scary to hear her say the words. She's talking about how social media and the internet is completely changing. She called it. I think she referred to it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you saw it, go, or if you did see it, go watch it. I think she was saying that social media and the internet is empowering women, and so as a result, their body count is going up.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, she just plain delivers the message straight, saying body count is going up.
Yep.
The average number of partners that combined Filipino and Filipinas have had in their lifetime, or the time this survey was taken, is 5.
That's still pretty good compared to the U.S.
So, who's willing to offer up their body count number? What's your body count, Leonard?
To be honest with you, I don't remember. Once I once I could no longer remember every single name, I stopped keeping track.
You stud, you!
Huh.
You stud, you!
Well, that's over a lot of years.
All right, ABCM. Have a great day. Thank you so much for your support of your channel. Really appreciate you being there for me. All right, so it looks like everybody wants to. I mean, it kind of looks like they're ready to wrap up, and I kind of am too because I'm having the snot
I'm glad it's the
drip
best I
all over the
can.
keyboard. But is Sir Luke still in the house? I want Sir Luke to do something for me. Now, Sir Luke, I don't know. Maybe Sir Luke has been listening in the background on what's been going on in the channel, or maybe Sir Luke's been busy with celebrating birthday and other things. But Sir Luke, if you're there listening in the background, can you come up and select today's 100 peso winner? Because I'll tell you why. Sir Luke can do it, and if he chooses the same person that I've chosen the last few streams, I won't get in trouble. So I'm pawning this off on Sir Luke if he's still here. There's Retro.
Hey,
What's up, Retro? What do you have to share with us today?
not much. Other than the fact that excuse me.
I just messaged Sir Luke to come up on the panel.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see if he's willing to do this. Because Sir Luke is in honor of his birthday. He could choose the winner of 100 pesos in honor of his birthday. That's more or less what I was thinking. When's your birthday, guys? When's your birthday? Jack, when's yours?
June 3rd. June 3rd,
There's Sir
1981.
Luke. Okay, so Sir Luke is making his appearance. So Sir Luke, why don't you choose the winner of today's 100 pesos, and then we'll call it a stream. We'll see who Sir Luke chooses. July 12th is Dez's birthday.
July 20th is my birthday.
All right, we got July birthdays coming up. Put them on your calendar. Mark them on your calendar.
I think Zach had a little bit too much of those teas to drink.
There you go. Sir Luke, beautiful job. Sir Luke chose Dez's channel as the winner. Congratulations to Dez for the 100 pesos. I'm going to be sending that off right at the conclusion of this live stream. I think we're gonna go away now, guys, because I'm fighting this cold, and I have a lot of cleanup here in front of me. I'm just kidding. I wasn't really dripping snot all over the keyboard. Maybe I was.
I bet there is. You don't have to disclaim that.
But I'm going to try and take care of this cold. I'm going to try not to infect anybody else today. But man, Minnie and I, we kind of have to head out and go and attack a few more pharmacies to see if they can help me out. I was telling man Minnie, maybe it's a communication thing. Maybe we have to ask for it instead of saying cough medicine or cold medicine. We have to say cold and cough medicine. I do not have a fever. I just want to let everybody know it doesn't seem like it's the Rona. I'm not having any upper respiratory problems whatsoever. So I just wanted to put that out there. It seems like a summer cold. Summer colds that you get once in a while. It's the first time that I've been sick in the Philippines since coming here, since being here. And so it surprised me because I thought for the longest time, there's no way I could be sick here. And so there you go. I got the cold. I got it. It caught up with me. Thanks so much, Sir Luke. Thanks for choosing the winner. Jack, I know Larry did it, but why don't you add some niceties and we'll go ahead and call it a stream.
All right, guys. You know what? Go out. If you go out today or tomorrow, be nice to somebody, especially in live stream or outside or somebody you don't even know. Just be nice to them. And we love you guys for coming to this live stream. I'm taking you guys out. We love you.
Absolutely the truth. Take care, everybody. See you on the next one. Sir Luke, may the force be with you and with everybody.